Hey everybody, I'm Scott Weichel. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday night. Very pleased to welcome a special guest to my show. He was on, I think it's been a couple years ago, and really been keeping an eye on him because he is doing real traditional country music. He's got some great material, some great people working with him, and he's got a brand new album that has just been released, and we're going to play a bunch of the songs from it tonight and talk to him about this great project. It's a pleasure to welcome Wyatt Massingille to My Kind of Country. Wyatt, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Scott. How are you?
Man, I'm just fantastic. How are things down in Indiana?
Man, pretty good. Just working on this album. I'm really excited to get it out and get it done for everybody to hear.
Fantastic. And folks, you can visit Wyatt on his Facebook page, Wyatt Massingille Music, and of course Spotify, Apple Music, and he's on Instagram and Twitter. And we'll put links on our Facebook page for My Kind of Country for you as well, so you can pick up this brand new project. Self-titled album, and 12 songs on this project, and you've had a few of these out as singles so far, right?
Yeah, we've done 3 singles, I believe it is.
And you got some great videos to go with these two. I know It'll Die With You and Drink That Strong and 90 Proof. Man, you got some great videos for these songs too.
Thank you. We really tried to feature my dad heavy in that 90 Proof video, and then Drink That Song was one that Bill Anderson had co-wrote with Bobby Tomberlin and Conrad Fisher. We was really proud of those two.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I know Bobby and Bill real well, and they are really writing some fantastic material for a lot of different artists here lately.
Yeah, Bill's wrote plenty of good ones, and same with Bobby, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was really happy when they sent me that one.
Well, tell me about the song that Keith Whitley recorded as a demo and never released it. It's called Lord, It Sure Is Drunk Out Tonight. And tell me how this song got into your hands.
I actually found this song when I was probably a freshman in high school. I found it on a YouTube video, and just an old rough demo, and I'd always loved the song, and then I sent it to Buddy Hyatt, and he was really excited about the song too, so we just decided to go ahead and do our version of it.
You did a fantastic job on it, and I noticed your new album, you've got a couple great covers, and you've got some original stuff, some new stuff, but it's all really good country music, and I want to thank you for keeping it country, my friend.
Well, that's what I strive to do, is stay as country as possible.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that, and I know you're a big George Jones fan, just like I am.
Oh, yeah, and we actually just got to cut a duet with Georgette Jones. That'll be on my new album, too.
Oh, that's fantastic. We must have been out of our minds, and George recorded that with Miss Melba Montgomery back in the late 60s, and that was a big hit for them. How'd you meet up with Georgette?
I actually got to meet her at the Keith Whitley tribute this year, and Jim Best had put me in contact with her, and we just got together to work on this, and I was really happy with how it came out. I was very proud of it.
We're going to play it for our listeners tonight. It did turn out great, and it's a classic song, and I always love it when somebody brings back one of those classic songs again, because it introduces it to a whole new generation, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I try to always fit in a few covers in there, maybe shed some light on some things nobody's ever heard of.
Well, a couple covers that you did, and I've played this one on my show a bunch because you released it as a single, From Cotton to Satin. Man, I love this song. You just blew it away, man.
Well, thank you. That was another one Jim Best had wrote. He had actually had a cut on Johnny Paycheck years ago. But yeah, Jim Best had wrote that song years ago, and when I found out he had wrote it, it just made me want to cut it that much more, just because I love Jim so much and working with him and everything. So was very proud of how we come out with that one too. And I'm just really proud of the whole thing, honestly.
Well, Jim Vest is certainly a legend in country music, not only as a songwriter but as a musician, and I'm so glad that he's kind of taking you under his wing, and you've got a chance to work with somebody of his caliber, and it really shows through on these recordings. Yeah,
it's been really, really fun working with Jim and Buddy too, and I think he's kind of brought a whole new life to the sound I've been looking for.
You also recorded a fabulous version of Gene Watson's classic song, When a Man Can't Get a Woman Off of His Mind, and I'll tell you, the harmonies on this are fantastic. Who was doing the harmony with you?
That's Michael Lust on there. Well, that's always been one of my favorite Gene Watson songs, And Jim actually helped me get it in the hands of Bill Anderson, and that's when he pitched me a Drink That Strong.
I love his songs because they really build. You know, you've got to really be on top of it as a vocalist to cover that. And you did a great job on this one.
Thank you, thank you.
It'll Die With You. That's a beautiful song, and you got a great video of this one too. Tell me a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so that was actually written by a great friend of Jim and Buddy named Dan Mitchell. Wrote a big hit for Alabama, If You're Gonna Play in Texas. And I had found that song. Jim had accidentally showed it to me about a year before I cut it, and I kept teasing him. I'm like, man, Jim, I really want to cut that song. And he's like, well, I don't know, we'll see. And I finally was like, Jim, we're cutting that song. And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, Jim, I'm telling you, I can do a good job. I was practically begging him for it. And finally got to get in the studio and work on it, and I think I really blew him away with that one. I think I really did right by him on that. And
that's a great song. Where did you record all these songs, and tell me about some of the musicians that are playing on this album?
We recorded most of these at Hilltop Studios in Nashville. We had Brent Mason on guitar, of course. We had Scotty Sanders on steel, Lonnie Wilson on drums. We had Steve Henson on steel some, Joe Spivey, Janae Fleener on fiddle.
Well, tell me about Teach Me to Forget.
Buddy Wyatt had written this one.
Oh,
and
okay.
back when I was working with Beverly, Buddy had pinched me a bunch of songs, and I was actually considering this one for my first EP. And I skipped over it and did another one that Buddy had written called Our Sweet Love. And I was going back through some old stuff I had that he sent me forever ago when we were looking for new songs on this one, and I stumbled on it again, and I was like, wow, I've really skipped a great one with that. So we decided to go back and work on it this time.
Well, 12 songs on this new project, and it's been a few years. You had your first EP, No Jones on the Jukebox, which we did a feature on when you were on before. How have you grown as a musician and as a singer going into this album as opposed to when you did your first recordings?
Definitely a lot. And, I think a lot of that's due to working with Jim and learning a lot of new techniques and things that I didn't know before. I think we put a lot more time and effort into this one, and brought a whole different life to the sound I had before.
That's for sure. It sounds great. And you've won some great awards from our friends at the North American Country Music Association International Awards.
Yes, sir.
So I know you've had a lot of tour dates, and you've been out there quite a bit. So what's coming up for you this fall, and what are you going to be doing to help promote this new project?
We are playing a lot down in Salina, Tennessee, and Birchville, Kentucky at Ricky Bobby's and Headed South. And then on November 12th, we're doing a big show at the Rick's Theater in Greenfield, Indiana.
Well, that's
so we're going to be pretty busy here in the next few months, for sure.
Well, that's great, folks. You can catch Wyatt on his Facebook page, Wyatt Massingille Music, and again, we'll put that information on our Facebook page. And pick up a new copy of this brand new album. It's Spotify, Apple Music. And do you have physical CDs available for this too, Wyatt?
I will in a few weeks after our digital release, but for now it's all digital.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, we'll point everybody in that right direction. And Wyatt, I want to thank you again for taking time to be on My Kind of Country. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
Likewise. Thanks again for having me.
All right. Here's some more great music from Wyatt Massingille as we continue with My Kind of Country right here on Fish Creek Radio.
We said our goodbyes long ago, never thinking we'd miss each other so. All the memories we can't leave behind. Oh, we must have been out of our minds. How foolish, I thought the same too. They both turned out to be the wrong kind. have been out of our minds. Let's forgive and forget the past we've known, and reap together the wild seeds we've sown. Surely they can forgive us and find that we must have been out of our minds.
I thought I loved another, not you.
How foolish, I thought the same too. They both turned out to be the wrong kind. Oh, we must have been out of our minds. Yes, we must have been out of our minds. It's just too bad for me to go outside, 'cause all I do tonight is slip and slide. Not because of any snow or rain. No, the weatherman is not the one to blame. Since you left, I'm back to my old ways. I ain't drawn a sober breath in days, so I'll just sit here higher than a kite. 'Cause Lord, it sure is drunk out tonight. When you moved out, a drunk front moved on in, and the storm inside me's raging once again. The forecast tells me there's no change in sight, 'cause Lord, it sure is drunk out tonight. Sit here drinking and pretend that you're the reason for the shape I'm in. But you and I both know that it's not true. There's just no way to place the blame on you. I couldn't be the man you hoped I'd be, 'cause the bottle has got the best of me. I've tried to straighten up with all my might, but Lord, it sure is drunk out tonight. When you moved out, a drunk front moved on in, and the storm inside me's raging once again. The forecast tells me there's no change sign. 'Cause Lord, it sure is drunk out tonight. Yeah, Lord, it sure is drunk out tonight.
From cotton to satin, from Birmingham to Manhattan, from a pickup to a long limousine. From cotton to satin, from Birmingham to Manhattan, she had to follow her dreams. I saved up enough to buy her one small diamond, and that's the year that old tractor broke down. And the dream house I promised her still lies by a shade tree, some old bricks and boards on the ground. She begged me to take her to see New York City, so I mortgaged my old farm and we were gone. But while we were there, she took up with a rich man, and I came back to the country alone. Now there is the garden where she touched every flower. There's the meadow where we walked hand in hand. If she only had waited, she'd have more than she dreamed of. For today, they struck oil on my land. She went from cotton to satin, from Birmingham to Manhattan, from a pickup to a lonely limousine. From cotton to satin, from Birmingham to Manhattan, she had to follow her dreams. She went from cotton to satin. Gonna waste my money putting gasoline in my car. No, and I ain't gonna waste my 5 o'clock driving to a downtown bar. I could dance with someone new, but I'd just be wasting time, 'cause at the end of the night she'd still be on my mind. Nothing in the world is right when someone does you wrong. I'd run away from this heartache, but there ain't a road that long. Oh, I'd empty every bottle in every honky-tonk, but her memory would still be hanging on. 'Cause they ain't made a drink that strong. Last night the jukebox lied to me when it played Together Again. last thing I wanna hear right now is forever and ever, amen. It's more like I can't stop loving you, and there's a tear in my beer, and she's right if she thinks I still care. Nothing in the world is right when someone does you wrong. I'd run away from this heartache, but there ain't a road that long. Oh, I'd empty every bottle in every honky-tonk, but her memory would still be hanging on. 'Cause they ain't made a drink that strong. No, they ain't made a drink that strong. I've been fighting with these sheets again. Can't make myself lie still. My pillowcase is soaking wet, and yeah, I feel a chill. It takes all I can do these days to just survive the night. It gets crazy when a man can't get a woman off his mind. When a man can't shake a memory, he runs hot and cold and blind. He hates her, then he loves her, and then he hates her one more time. Your love has such a grip on me, it chokes me like a vine. Oh, it's crazy when a man can't get a woman off his mind. Been phoning you since 8 o'clock. It's almost 4 a.m. My mind keeps painting pictures of you out loving him. I just crushed a Dixie cup for running out of wine. It gets crazy when a man can't get a woman off his mind. When a man can't shake a memory, he runs hot and cold and blind. He hates her, then he loves her, and then he hates her one more time. Your love has such a grip on me, it chokes me like a vine. Oh, it's crazy when a man can't get a woman off his mind. Drives me crazy when a man can't get a woman